Yo!
Peace. What up?
How you gonna say peace? We just got in the building. What's happening, y'all? What's going on?
I say peace.
You say what's happening? What's
What
going on, people? Hey. We got some goodies for y'all today. I'm super excited. Miss Renee is hanging with us. Y'all, now, she gonna put us to shame today. Because, hey, she's in the building.
What up? She already in here.
Miss Renee is 70 years old. Okay, let's see. Hang on. I'm going to get it right today, y'all. Hey, I see. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Let's see. Hey, what's happening? Miss Renee is in the building.
Okay, I'm here. I found you.
You found us. What's happening?
How are you
Everything.
doing?
Wonderful. It's so good to see y'all, and thank you so much for inviting me. I'm thrilled.
Thanks for hanging with us. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's been a great weekend. I'm doing fine, and I'm just gearing up for tomorrow, and I'm just happy to get to know you two. I mean, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm thrilled.
Oh, we're honored to have you. We're so honored to have you. You look fabulous, by the way.
Well, thank you. Y'all look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. So let me tell you how it works. I have 5 questions for you.
5 questions.
Frederick is a hothead, so he might just throw out anything. So just kind of be prepared for that.
Okay.
But we want to just have fun. We have some general questions for you. I'm going to kick it off.
Okay, cool.
Because I know everybody wants to know who is the fabulous Miss Renee. So go ahead and let us know. Give us some details. Who are you? Where you're from? How you look so great at 70? Oh my gosh.
Well, okay, so I'm Renee Landers. I live in Houston, Texas, and I am born and raised here. I'm almost 71. I can't even believe I'm that old. I can't even believe it. But I have been practicing, pretty much a healthy lifestyle most of my adult life, but it hasn't been perfect. But I think in general, my positive attitude is what's helped me get through a lot of things. I think that has a lot to do with it. But you probably want to know a little bit about me. I was, I'm a little nervous right now.
No,
just calm down.
No, we're having fun. Okay. Don't worry about the comments. Don't worry about the views.
Take your time.
Yeah, we're having fun. Relax.
Y'all are so sweet. Well, I don't know. I think I am just flabbergasted that I would be inspiring anyone. I had no idea, honestly, when all this started. I guess, fitness is my big thing. That's kind of what I'm known for. But I did normal things, in my 20s. I was a runner in my probably late 20s, early 30s. I was running 6 miles every day, ran till I was about 5 months pregnant. Ran a 10K while I was pregnant. And anyway, then I had my kid. I had my son in 1985. I don't know how old he is now, but he was born in 85. And anyway, after he was born, I started running again. I wanted to get back in shape. And I could get up to 2 miles. And then I had excruciating pain in my back. My lower back is just like, it just said no. So I finally went to the doctor and they said, Renee, you can't run anymore. You have back issues, blah, blah, blah. And of course that broke my heart. Like anything that you're committed to, it was hard. Yeah. But anyway, I kind of figured out other things to do, and I was lifting some weights during that time, but, off and on kind of half-heartedly. But finally, when I turned 58, I ended up having a lower lumbar fusion. It's like I could barely walk. I was already trying to figure out things I could do. How am I going to do my job if I can't walk? I was thinking all these things, and I was thinking, how am I going to be productive? But anyway, this awesome neurosurgeon performed this surgery on me, and that was all he did was this TLIF. But anyway, so I had that surgery at 58, and he said, do whatever, get your rehab and do whatever you do, And so, okay, I'm getting close to 60 years old. I'm thinking, Well, I can't be fooling around here. You know, I want to be my best person. I want to be as strong and fit as possible. I want to be able to enjoy my grandkids and not let them, you know, not be slowed down by any of that. So the number one thing I did was I went to the doctor. I went to a good Baylor doctor, and I got on hormone replacement therapy. Now that's something, you know, whenever we reach a certain age, that's an option. It's not for everyone. But I'm going to Baylor. These are doctors who are qualified, you know, they're world renowned in this. So anyway, so I got on hormone replacement therapy at 60, and that doctor actually introduced me to this trainer, Dustin Jackson. And that was when I was 60, and he is still training me today, almost 11 years later, and he's awesome. And really, that's really the next step, you know, is lifting the weights. And no matter how much running you do, you're never going to build any muscle to speak of. You're going to be tearing your muscle down if you're not doing some weights of some sort. So anyway, so I started with Dustin, and time went on, and every year, you know, we would talk about what is my next goal. You know, I didn't really realize I was so competitive, you know, so, but I guess I am. So every year, 60, 61, 62 years old, I'm getting older, and asking Dustin, well, what other things can we do? And he just said, Renee, I can see you on stage. And I said, what is that? And so he said, bodybuilding. And I'm going, what? So I started investigating it. And I said, and I looked at it, it's like, I could not get past the idea of putting on this skimpy, sparkly bikini and getting on a stage in front of a bunch of strangers. I mean, it's like, I just couldn't, I said, I can't do that, Dustin. And so that is, every year, you know, I'm 64, 65, 60. Every year we're talking about it. And I'm going, I can't do it. I can't do it. that bikini was my nemesis. It's like that was stopping me. So anyway, but finally COVID came, right? And COVID just, you know, messed up everybody. And I said, okay, I'm not going to let this mess up my, my fitness routine. Like I was freaking out about it. And, you know, we can control our reaction to our circumstances. And that is the thing that that I kept in mind. Okay, I'm not going to let this mess me up. I can, you know, I'm going to do something different. So Dustin actually came to my house. I have a big patio in the back. He trained me and a few other people from the gym, and we worked out on my patio. And so I didn't let COVID give me that extra, whatever, 10 or 15 pound business. I wasn't going to let it. So that's what I did. And so anyway, so as time went on, I got like 68 years old. We're still kind of in the COVID thing. But I said, okay, before I turn 70, I'm going to compete. That's what I told Dustin. I said, I'm going to do it. I was scared to do it. Golly, you know, I'm 70 years old. I'm going to compete. But I said, I'm going to do it. That's like the next thing. You know, it's like, what else can I do? And so that's what I did. On August 7th of 2021, I did my very first competition here at the Woodlands, not too far from Houston. Wow. And I fell in love with it. It's like, oh my God, I love this. And since then, I've competed in 6 shows, and I feel like I found my people here. That's what it's like. It's like people, we understand one another. There's no judgment. I don't know how to explain. I have so many wonderful friends I travel with. We dance together. We do all sorts of things together. This is a different group, you know, that I can share. So I'm so grateful that at my age now, this is a part of my life. It's a big part of my life. And I feel like I'm going to do this however long. I don't know, but I'm loving it. And I'm just having a great time and living my best life.
Yes, ma'am. Wow.
I mean, if you're not inspired by hearing that, I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. That is amazing. Do you have a follow-up question?
Oh, yes, okay. Of course
I was going to say, because I'm on it, man. I'm ready.
Miss Renee, my question to you is, I'm a member of a gym. I know you probably get these questions all the time. And I'm just paying this money every single month. How do you stay motivated to stay inside the gym and keep working out and do what you do?
That's a good question.
Okay, that's a great question, Frederick. Yeah. Because a lot of people have gym memberships and they don't go or whatever. But you know what it gets back to, and this is part of, you know, you were asking me about lifestyle, positive life. Well, that's where it starts. It really starts with saying, I am worth it. I deserve to be my best me and feel my best. So that's where it begins, way before you get to the gym. To me, it's really about making a decision that you're worth it. It's a choice. You know, you can choose to be, you know, just be happy with things the way they are, or you want to move to the next level. I mean, to me, that's the beginning. Loving yourself, having boundaries, not wasting a minute on negative stuff, negative people, negative energy, you know, no self-deprecation. Don't put any negativity out to the universe. I mean, that's how I feel. So once you do that and you believe I am worth it, I'm going to do this for me, then when you go to the gym, that's the next thing. It's like, okay, I deserve to be here. And it becomes discipline then, Frederick, because you got to get there, right? So I would just say the discipline and consistency are what helps you do it, because we don't always feel like going.
Correct.
So that's where you just do it anyway. You get your gym clothes out the night before, whatever you do, you put your gym bag in the car, whatever you do, and you make that, you know, that's you're locked in, you're going to go.
Yes, ma'am.
And you get there. Maybe you don't want to go, but you get yourself there. You know, that's part of it. You kind of psych yourself up. It's a psychology thing.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'd say that's where it starts, is loving yourself and caring enough about yourself to put yourself first. Self-love is not selfish. I mean, that's what I tell people. Women need to hear this so much.
Correct.
You need to hear it too, Frederick. But you know, women are caregivers so often. But, really, so that's where it starts from that part first. And, you know, that you deserve it. And, you know, you got to make a plan to do it. And then it becomes part of your life. I mean, to me, it's my lifestyle. It's not like, oh, you know, oh, you have to go to the gym. I mean, I want to go to the gym. I love it. It's because it makes me feel good. And I'm being my best self. I mean, this is all this working out stuff. It helps your health. And, you know, the other result is, you know, you look better, you know, you feel better. You just have everything's better.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Great
does
answer.
that make sense?
Of course it did. Yes, ma'am. Great answer.
I love that. I'm
Great
gonna
answer.
jump right on that train.
Yes.
And I wanna touch into the psychology part of it, like you said, because one of the amazing things is that we're staring at an almost 71-year-old. Like, out of all of this,
I can't believe it.
Like, this is the most like legendary / beautiful thing, you know, that we could be a part of, if we could be honest. So we're honored. Yeah, we're honored.
You're so sweet.
My question is, you begin this new journey at 60, right? And life then went opposite. You had a negative response physically, you know, and you could have easily shut down. My question is, my question is, what tips would you give the person who is ready to give up? Because at 60, to make a decision to fall in love with something completely new, let alone you jumped on the stage in a bikini looking wonderful.
I can't even believe it.
You know, like that takes a lot of courage. So what gave you that like life, if that makes sense? Because people in their 60s and 70s, I know they're giving up. People in their 40s and 30s and 20s are giving up. So if you can touch on that, please, we need that.
well, I think, and that's true. I mean, I have so many friends. I mean, you know, I have so many good friends who are not into working out, and I love them. They love me. But I think it gets back to this caring about yourself, or it's, you know, they say, what's your why? You know, why do you want to do it? You know, a purpose, and that really has something to do with a sense of purpose. You know, for me, I just knew I wanted to live my best life every day, and I wasn't going to give up. I mean, that's because back to I'm worth it. It's back to the I'm worth it thing. I'm worth it. I'm going to do it, dadgummit. You know, I deserve it. And my mother almost made it to 100. She just passed away a couple of years ago, and she was like 99 3/4. So, I mean, my life expectancy could be a Y. It could be. But I want to be as healthy as I can. So, I mean, to me, it's, you know, forget about the age. That's what I tell people. Forget that. I say, I don't let my birth year define me ever, never. And I say, no old speak around me. I don't want to hear about your aches and do not verbalize that. Don't say anything about that. I don't say it. You know, I have some aches and pains, but I'm not going to be talking about them. And you know, you've got to you have all this inside of you. I guess as each one of us has it inside of us. I'm just a normal, average person, but I have some determination. And, I'm not ready to give up. And people just shouldn't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Yes, there could be challenges. It might be tough. I mean, this back surgery, I mean, yes, it could have been a terrible thing. And I know people have the surgery and it doesn't always go so well, but you just do the best you can. I'm gonna be my best me. That's
yes.
And I feel like that's an obligation we have to the world. We have gifts that we're given, and we need to make the most of those. And part of that is just believing in yourself and loving yourself enough to keep going. And it's possible, and even, my age, older people, I mean, there's people older than me that inspire me. So you just don't give up. We deserve it. I can't stress that enough. It's about being, feeling your self-worth.
Yes, ma'am. Great answer, Miss Renee.
Oh my God, that is jewels right there. It's on you, babe.
You know me. So, Miss Renee, I try to stay in the gym. I look at all these big swole people that's around me and things of that nature. And you stated that you stepped outside of your comfort zone to do these competitions. To anyone who's scared to step outside of their comfort zone in anything in life, what advice would you give to them?
That's a good question.
That's such a good question. And it's so true. In fact, you deserve to be at that gym just as much as those swole people do. That's the other part of it too. You're paying the same amount as those people, and they are no better than you. We are all the same. We might be doing different things on different levels. We are all the same. And I mean, that's the main thing. You deserve it. Don't let any of that stop you. I'm trying to explain. How can I explain it? Don't be afraid. I mean, and getting out of your comfort zone. You do have to get a little uncomfortable sometimes. And that's where having your goals, now goals, y'all are big on goals.
Yes,
Goals are dreams with deadlines, right? And I believe in writing down your goals, and I know written stuff is kind of old fashioned, but I write down my goals. I write down all that stuff. You do it and you look at it, right? Yes. And I think that we need to do that. And I've been doing it since my son was little. I was a single mom and had my own business, still have my own business. Now this child that I raised as a single mom with my own business, now he works my business and he's taking care of it. So I don't have to. How wonderful is that?
Yes,
that is just such a blessing. But goals, I mean, to me, and little goals. In fact, I'm going to tell you a quick story because you never know how you're influencing people. So one of my friends here on Instagram, a young man, he messaged me recently just to say, I attained a goal that I had for several years, and that was to wear a tank top to the gym instead of a t-shirt. And he said, you helped me because of self-worth and talking about it. And I finally got the courage. I mean, he's been working out and I felt so good that he told me that, because that was a big step for him, just feeling good enough to put a tank top on instead of a regular t-shirt. And little things like that, that you deserve it. You got to get yourself out of your comfort zone and have those little victories, set your goals, little victories, and they lead to the big things, that there's some long-term things. So that's what I would say about that. I don't know if that answers the question.
Great answer, Renee.
I love it.
Because you don't understand, you're motivating me. I'm getting myself ready to go to the gym tomorrow.
All right. I want to report.
Yes.
We were talking about it today, and I'm like, that would kind of be like, I'm not gonna say a hypocrite, but it's like, okay, we're getting up here with Miss Renee, so we kind of gotta go to the gym.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Can't talk about fitness and not do it. Okay, you sent me your bio, and one of the things that you highlighted was that gratitude, right, or being grateful is one of the first words that come to mind. And I love I'm really big on gratitude. You know that. You guys know that. I'm really big on just being thankful for where you are. And I love if you share some tools or drop a jewel to our viewers and listeners about being grateful, about life, about fitness, about everything, and just being grateful. Gratitude.
Okay, about gratitude. Well, well, I guess I feel like I want to be grateful for wherever I am today.
Yeah.
You know, wherever that is, you know, it may not be where I want to be, but just to be here, right? We're here, we're alive.
Yeah.
And that's just a gift every day. And we can always look for the stuff we don't have, but, you know, just to be grateful for the little things. And I mean, it seems simple, but it's really true. You know, it's like, I mean, I'm just lucky to be me.
Yes,
I mean, and to have the blessings I have. And, you know, it's hard to, I don't know. It's just, I would just say, instead of looking for what the grass is greener on the other side, look at that grass on your side, because it's beautiful, it's green, and you can make the most of it. It's up to you. You know, you can make the most of it. And I just say I'm thankful for every bit of every little thing that I have, and I don't take any of it for granted. Things can change. Tomorrow can be totally different. I'm gonna be totally grateful for what's happening today and not worry about tomorrow. I'm just gonna think about grateful for now.
Okay.
That hit home. That was
Straight
excellent. And you say you didn't know what to say about gratitude. And you
I
hit
don't
it
know.
right
I
on
don't
the
know.
head. Perfectly.
Perfectly.
Thank you for that.
Well, Miss Renee, I try to stay in my lane. I know what you're good at. So all of my questions are going to come from where you're good, where you have your expertise.
Okay.
So someone like me, try to go to the gym, try to stay at the gym, but people don't realize it's also what do you eat?
Yeah, that's
How
good.
do you recommend your intake with trying to either lose weight and gain mass or just the strength? Do you do or eat different things when you're trying to gain mass, or do you do different things and eat different things when you're trying to just gain strength?
Okay.
Good question.
Okay. Those are very good.
Yeah.
He's got so many good questions. And that, you're so right, Fred. I mean, it's your nutrition that makes all the difference. You know, you can lift weights all the time, you can do all that stuff, but if you're eating crappy food, it's not going to change. They say you can't outrun the fork, you know, and that's true. And it is different. I mean, here's one thing I'd say, and I have my little notes here, but some of the things that I always say about, if we're talking about losing weight, first of all, I log my food. I'm going to tell you what I do. It doesn't mean everyone has to do this,
Correct.
but I believe in, I mean, since 2015, I've been logging my food. Nothing elaborate. I have a Fitbit. I don't have the fancy stuff. I have a Fitbit, but it's got an app, and I log my food. So I know what I'm eating, right? And it's not that hard. These apps make it easy. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, I learned this on my own. If you need to lose weight, don't think, oh, I got to lose 20 pounds, 30. Don't think. I believe in just setting a goal of losing 1 pound and work on that. And I mean, I put it on my fitness tracker. I want to be 1 pound lighter. And then I'm going to get after it at the gym and cardio. And we'll talk more about what that is. But, and then lose that 1 pound. And then when I lose that 1 pound, I'm going to set a goal to lose 1 pound again. And lose 1 pound, and that's all you're thinking about is that 1 pound. You're thinking about that pound being gone. And I did that in over a 4-month period, and I lost 10 pounds. And this was, you know, like, I don't know, 5 years ago, when I saw some pictures of myself after I came back from Germany. I was like, ah! It's like, I mean, I know I'm working out, but there's a better me in there is what I said. And I got busy after that trip. So anyway, I would just say, so 1 pound at a time. Just don't worry about the big. That's your baby steps.
Yes,
so write down and then, you know, logging your food, having a goal about that. Now, here's one thing that people don't do enough of, and that's eat enough protein. Man, woman, whatever. We need at least 1 gram of protein for every pound of body weight per day. So, you know, I weigh 120. I need at least 120 grams of protein a day. And if you're gonna do anything, be sure you get that protein. I spread it out over the course of a day, like 5 small meals a day. So eat your protein, because if you are working out and you're not eating enough protein, you're just going to tear down that muscle you're trying to build. I mean, that is fact. And women, as we get older, you know, you're too young, Octavia, to worry about this, but there's a lot.
I'm getting there though.
Y'all are, I don't know how young you are, but you're young.
I'm 33.
Anyway,
I'm 33.
Oh my God. Oh my God, you're younger than my son. But that's, y'all are beautiful.
Thank you.
So but the main thing is you got to eat your protein, and you got to eat enough. I'm not, now everyone has these different things they do, like keto or intermittent fasting. I don't do any of that. It's okay if you do, but to me, your balanced macros, that's where you have certain amounts of your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats throughout the day. That is your typical, most balanced way, in my opinion. Okay, that's what's worked for me. You need to, if you're going to go work out at the gym, you need to be eating some protein and carbs before you go work out. And then within an hour after you work out, you should be eating some too, because you want to fuel those muscles. That's how you can grow muscle too. So, so those are critical things that you need to do. And just log your food. Now, I mean, it gets complicated when you start trying to build more muscle, but the main thing is it's science, right? There's calories in, calories out, but do not starve yourself. You can't lose weight when you're starving yourself. And that's what people do. You've got to eat. And my trainer told me that for years, the first 4 or 5 years of working out, I'd come into the gym and I will have barely eaten before I work it. He says, you got to eat, Renee. And it took me a long time to get that in my head. And once I started eating more, I was actually losing more weight. And, basically when you start leaning out, then your muscles show more. So more protein. That's what I would say. And carbs are important. You got to have your carbs too. You hear the thing, don't eat after 6 o'clock at night or something like that. That's probably a good idea. But in general, you just have to, be sure you're eating enough and of the right foods. Now, we're all going to screw up. That's another thing. We're human, right? And that's one of the big things that I say. If you mess up, if you're on some kind of a meal plan, I mean, I believe in hiring trainers. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, not everybody can. There are things on YouTube, but nowadays you've got online trainers. There's a lot of ways to get trainers that don't cost so much money.
Yes,
and I say hire a qualified trainer, not someone who lost 50 pounds. Now they're going to be your trainer. No, get someone who's qualified, who has credentials, because they're taking your life in their hands, that they really are. And if they don't know what they're doing, you can get hurt. So if you that's the best, if you can get a trainer, whether it's a day a week or whatever, and they can set you up a plan. So I mean, to me, that's the ideal. That's the best money you're going to spend. I mean, really, people spend money on fancy country clubs. Well, my fancy country club is Dustin Jackson that I go to. And I'm paying him less than a fancy country club, and I'm getting the most bang for my buck that way. So we have fancy clothes, fancy purses, fancy all this stuff there. That could be, sometimes maybe you make some changes with your lifestyle to make sure that your health, because your health is everything. Your health is your wealth. So, I mean, that's kind of a general statement there. And also there's so many wonderful people on Instagram and on Facebook. There's a lot of places you can find good information, and on YouTube. And I believe a lot in that too. And there's one awesome woman I follow, Melissa Neal. She's in the UK. And I love her. And for women in particular, Frederick, you'd probably think she was cute too. But anyway, she's awesome. And she hits the high points about eating enough food, eating your protein, lifting your weights, progressive overload. You've heard of that. That's where you lift heavier. Now, because of my fusion, I can't lift and I can't do certain things. And so I just have to be mindful. That's the other thing. When you don't hire a qualified trainer, you end up getting hurt a lot of times. Okay. And just because there's a trainer that's at the gym that you go to, that's maybe they're getting paid and they get a commission, so they may not be your best trainer. So just remember that too. Okay. Yeah, check it out. Okay. It sounds like you might know what we're talking about.
Yes. We have trainers at our gym, so that's why I'm like.
Well, anyway, just be mindful of that too. That's what I'd say. Be mindful of that. And that's it. But I mean, there's so much more about nutrition. But it's everything. I mean, it's really like, 90% of what you're doing. If you're not eating clean, then you're going to end up not getting as much ahead. Oh, here's the one thing I forgot to mention. I am 70. I do forget. Is when you screw up, when you eat whatever it is that you go eat that's so terrible, whatever that is, you forgive yourself. forgive yourself right then.
Yes, ma'am.
You do not beat yourself up about it. Forgive yourself, and you start over right then. You just start over, and it's a clean slate. So you don't beat yourself up about that. That is so important. Okay, I'm just saying, forgive yourself as soon as you screw up.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Great answer, Miss Renee.
You touched on one of my questions because I was gonna talk about like regretting, like when you mess up with something in the gym. So I'll skip that question.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay.
I got my last question.
And
then I'll ask Frederick if he has his last question.
Of course I will.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what is one tip that you would give us, all of us, about life and the entire journey of it? So, like one tip to just wrap up life. Like, what would you give it?
Think positive. Think positive. Whatever it is, think positive, because, putting that positive energy out there is going to bring it back to you. I can't think of anything any better than that. You deserve it. Think positive. Keep those positive thoughts coming and putting them out there to other people, giving people compliments. That's free. Yeah. Give free compliments. It doesn't cost a penny. Smile, simple things like that. That's what I
love that.
That'd be it.
I love that.
Well, Ms. Renee, this is my last question. This is a personal question for me, but I guarantee you the listeners probably have this same issue.
In the inside thought.
So I'm 40 years old.
Almost 40.
Well, March the 2nd, I'll be 40 years old.
Okay.
But I'm a military vet, and I went to an appointment, and my blood pressure is giving me issues.
Okay.
I drink plenty of water. I eat the way I need to eat. But my gym, do you recommend me doing more cardio, or what type of exercises that people struggle with high blood pressure that you recommend us doing?
Well, first, I'm not a doctor, so I don't know.
No, ma'am. This is all just Miss Renee, guys. I'm asking her point. Don't you see this young lady?
Now, you don't look like you're overweight, Frederick. So is high blood pressure in your family? Do y'all have it? Is that something in your family?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, gee, I don't know. I'm scared to tell you.
Yes, ma'am.
I would just say, you got to take your blood pressure pills. Are you taking those pills?
Well, they haven't given me those because they said it's at a stage where I can turn it around. So I was just trying to incorporate more exercising. So I don't know if I just need to do more of just the general lifting, or I need to do more cardio to get my heart rate up more.
Well, what did they tell you? Did they give you any advice at the doctor's office? No.
No, ma'am.
Well, okay, so that's another thing. Cardio is actually for your heart. I mean, that's the other thing. That's what it is. Cardio is really all about your heart. It's really not designed for weight loss. I mean, it does cause you to lose weight.
Yes, ma'am.
So, but I would say, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not a doctor, but I would say that probably you need to do more cardio. And in general, you want to have more endurance. I would not think you have to do it hard as much as more, longer maybe or something like that.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm seeing in the comments, get a stress test, stop with the greasy foods. We've been working on that, by the way.
Well, she said that, but she's my cook.
We've been working on that.
Okay.
Notice that
good.
We've been working on that one.
Good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for sure, that kind of stuff, you want to get that. That's where you're going to, if you eat that bad food, you're going to forgive yourself and start fresh and not eating more of that fried chicken, or whatever. Because I mean, like, that's Popeye's fried chicken, or whatever.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
So, will you tell everyone where they can find you? You have a business. Let us know what that is, how we can reach you, how they can connect with you, how can they follow this fitness journey and get motivated and on board to be right. How can we do that? Let us know.
Well, my company, what we do is we are a commercial building permit expediting service. If you want to build a building in Houston, Texas, we take the plans to the city and go through all the red tape to get the plans approved so that construction can start. So that's what we do, commercial expediting for permits. Now, it's Landers Consulting, Inc., if you want to Google it. We don't have any fancy marketing package or anything like that, but we're there. And Garrett is my son, and he's doing the business now. And I've had this business for over 40 years. I mean, I was doing it way before he was born. Anyway, and you'll find me on Instagram mostly. I am on Facebook, but it's Renee Fit at 70, ReneeFitat 70.
Let's
Let's
go.
get it.
And I mean, I'm here, like I say, I'm not selling anything except inspiration. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
want to
no,
help people.
yeah,
And that's how I feel. It's like, I'm here for that. So I want to help people and reach out to me. I want people to reach out to me. I'm not a coach. I'm not a trainer. I'm not a doctor,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I'm here to help and encourage. And you know, I know people that may, you know, I can direct you or whatever, but I'm just here to help and encourage people.
There is no way in hell, excuse my language, Miss Renee, that anybody can see your page and not be motivated or
Exactly.
inspired or feel uplifted
Yep.
just from the vibe. So I'm encouraging you, if you want if you want a positive feed, positivity on your feed, go follow Miss Renee. Be inspired. She inspires us. We're inspired. We love her. So we want you to light up as many rooms as possible. Please do that. We need so much more of that. But it was a pleasure.
A pleasure, Miss Renee.
Pleasure. We had a blast. I told you not to be nervous. Are you feeling better now?
I'm feeling
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all are so sweet. Y'all are the best. And thank you both so much. I so appreciate this opportunity. Y'all are so awesome. And I love everything you do too. And I'm just happy to know you guys. Y'all are the best. Thank you so
You're
much.
the best, Miss Renee.
You're the best. We're sending love all the way to Texas. We've been talking to people from Texas all month, right?
Yeah, I think she's the third person.
Yes, everyone's in Texas.
Cool.
How long have you been there, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm a native Houstonian. I'm a second generation Houstonian. So born and raised in Houston.
Yes.
And so was my mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is. Okay, kids.
This is fabulous, guys. This is going on D&D Dialect Podcast. This is episode 6 of season 2 already. I cannot believe it.
It's moving fast.
It's moving fast, man. This year's gone by fast. And we've been blessed. You've been a blessing. You have definitely gave us insight.
Great,
and when we go to the gym tomorrow, we will be thinking about you.
Okay, I want to hear from you.
Ma'am.
I want to hear about your gym experience. Okay, y'all send me. Y'all can message me.
I have no excuse now, Miss Renee.
No
After
excuses.
tonight, I can't have any
excuse.
excuses.
No excuses.
No excuse. But guys, thank you so much
Miss
for
Renee.
joining
It's
us,
been a
guys.
pleasure.
Thank y'all. It was great.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yes.
I love you guys.
Everybody, you guys have a beautiful night. God
Okay.
bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.